Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Melee Migs. I'm a Rook streamer from Chicago, and today I've put together a very detailed guide showcasing my new favorite build, Beast, Troll, Warlock. So in this guide I'm going to be going over the strengths and weaknesses of Beast, Troll, Warlock, why this build is good, why I think it should be in the meta, how to play it early, mid-game, late game, and if you roll it early, what are the things that you should be looking for and doing accordingly. So, I'll be going over the build, of course. The build is just Beast, Troll, Warlock. You get 4 Trolls, you get 4 Beast, and you throw in an Alchemist to ensure the Warlock buff. The Alchemist gives you a little tankiness. The Beast buff actually goes really well with the Troll buff. They just go hand in hand. So the Troll buff helps your beasts get off the ults faster as well. And then you have Dazzle, which protects your beasts even more, ensuring that they get those ults off. And then it gives your beasts just the perfect amount of time to swarm your opponent. It's a really good build. It's really consistent. It's really easy to build as well, easy to force. And it's just one of my favorite builds right now because it's so consistent. And you'll pretty much get top 4 every time as long as you hit just a few upgrades here and there. So I went over the build, and then yeah, so on top of that I'll just start this video. This is a video showcasing a first place on my Smurf account that I got. Pretty simple, straightforward. I'll just be going along with it, and then I'll just be talking about the build in depth. And going through exactly what happens in this video, as well as the ins and outs and in-betweens of the build. So the strengths of the build. This build does surprisingly well against pretty much every other build. You have all these different trolls which have different utilities that helps against pretty much every class and build that there is in this game. So you have mages. That's the biggest thing, right? Like, how does this build go and do against mages and dragons and elves and pretty much all the top tier builds right now? And I'll say that it actually does pretty well. I'll also be advocating for why this build's better than Troll Knights for sure. So this build does surprisingly well. Against mages, you wouldn't think it, but the Lone Druid, the Venomancer, and the Dazzle actually all work really well together, and they make it so that the burst of mages does pretty much kill most of your team. But with Dazzle going off quickly with the Troll buff, you actually can save 1 or 2 units, and those units usually produce more units. And if you have the Venomancer, which produces the wards, those actually are spell immune. So if you get a few Venomancer wards off, as well as like a Lone Druid ult off, the Lone Druid usually goes off in the midst of the burst or after the burst, and so you kind of just clean up with the wards and your remaining units that were dazzled, as well as that Lone Druid bear or raccoon or whatever. So it actually does surprisingly well against mages, unless the mage is really strong. In either case, it's not bad. So that's like the biggest counter to this build. And on top of that, I'll just go over kind of like the units individually. Why the units work well in this build. Of course, you have Dazzle, which if you get early can help you lose streak a little bit to maintain a good economy, and helps you preserve your HP. It helps your team, just gives your team enough time to swarm. Saves your health. The Lone Druid Raccoon, of course, like I was saying before, doesn't really come out until later. It allows you to clean up. The Shadow Shaman ult is actually really good against Dragon. you'll typically ult the DK2 or like a Coddle, and that'll just save you so much HP. The Troll Warlord, of course, with the extra 20% attack damage, plus the Alk debuff, plus the Beast bonus, plus all the attack items you get in the game thrown onto the Troll Warlord just makes it really, really good. That's another thing about this build, is it utilizes every single item that you get. You can throw your mana items on Venomancer and Witch Doctor and even Dazzle. You can throw your attack items on like a Batrider before you get the Troll Warlord, then sell the Batrider, throw everything on the Troll Warlord. It's really good. And then of course your defensive items you can just throw on Tusk or Lycan or Alchemist, even Blink Dagger. Like once you get Tusk 3, Blink Dagger is really good, and you can just throw it on him and he'll just go on the backline and start smacking stuff really fast and doing his Walrus Punch. So that's really good. You use all the items really effectively. It's really great. You really do want mana items though, for sure. It's extremely easy to build. I mean, this build really only relies on, like, at level 8, you're only relying on Troll Warlord and Lone Druid or the Alchemist. That's only 2 4-star units. And you'll usually find them because Troll's not really contested that much per game. Like there'll be maybe one other person going Trolls. And then Lone Druid's kind of contested, but then again you only need 2, really, to get it like in a good spot. Lone Druid 1's meh, Lone Druid 2 is just so much better. And of course this build is just freaking fun, man. You get all your beasts online, they just amass, and you're hitting everything so fast. You get the ults off, your Witch Doctor stuns. It's really good, it's really good. I love it, I love it. I don't know why more people don't go this build, because I think it's the best build with the Trolls. So as you can see in this game so far, I've got my basic setup. I found some Witch Doctors, I got my tier 2 Batrider, I got my 3 Warriors. Now this is pretty much what you're looking for at level 5. You don't even need the Lycan yet, you just throw in whatever Warriors you find, get them 2-star, buy as many as you can to ensure that you get those 2 stars, and yeah, you play them. Simple as that. So I do find the Lycan here, which gives me beast buff. That's really nice. Buy the pair. Okay, so the weaknesses of this build. It's not gonna be like the strongest build, of course, like right off the bat. Definitely you're gonna lose to like anybody going goblins, of course, but then of course anybody else going like maybe like a nice hunter build or early like amassments of warriors that kind of just swarm you before you can swarm them. It's a little slow and weak until around level 7, level 8, where you start to get those upgrades, and then your synergies start to make more sense. You get the weaknesses, of course, with this build. Somebody's high rolling mages, you kind of get blown up by mages, but not as bad as you would think, just because of like what I said before with the Venomancer ults, all the beasts that swarm in. The Shadow Shaman can of course mitigate some of that bigger damage from the Coddle. What else? Yeah, so this build's fun. I got my Witch Doctor too, which is really nice. The Trolls just have so much utility, it's insane. And I managed to get a Void Stone on the Witch Doctor, which is really nice. So that's gonna just be smacking everybody in the face with coconuts. So I would give this build a try. That's basically it for my intro. And why this build is good. And I'll go into like kind of what you're looking for mid-game and early game and the details in between. So give this build a try. It's really surprising how strong it is. It's actually like, I'll just be playing like against a dragon player, and this build will just straight up kill the dragon player because you'll get the Shadow Shaman off, and you just run over every comp if you're like rolling decently. Like, it doesn't take much, it's very consistent, and it's really versatile on your way to 7, because once you find like all the trolls, you can throw those in. You can play any number of warriors. You can you save yourself a lot of HP to go this build. It's just really efficient, really good. It's not the strongest build, of course, but it's usually good enough to get a top 4 finish. And so that's what we want, especially in the higher ranks. We just want builds that are consistently getting us top 4. And this is definitely one of them, especially because you do want to run that Dazzle. Dazzle's just amazing. And it's very key. Dazzle's really key in this build, just to ensure that like anything that does get low really quick, because your front line's not the tankiest. Your Tusk 2, your Lycan 2, they're typically going to need some help. And the Lycan, the Dazzle just ensures it. Like, you make sure that the Lycan pops the ult, and make sure that the Lone Druid goes off, or that your Troll Warlord stays alive, or that your Venomancer stays alive from Assassins. It works. And usually it's like a little RNG, but usually it's in your favor. So yeah, first off the bat, you want to start this build off with starting Tusk if you can, or Mars. Even Axe, which also gives you leeway into Orc Mages, of course. Orc Mages are great. I think this build beats Orc Mages, honestly, but I gotta test it in higher elo. After this video, I'm definitely gonna stream some rep games and just try to force this build if I can, and just try it out some more. So yeah, basically early game you just want 3 warriors, you want 2-star, anything you can get. Just, of course, 2 stars early game are ideal. And then collect your trolls for sure. Collect your trolls, because once you get that Troll Warlord, it'll allow you to get your 4 trolls online, and everything just starts to fall in place at that point. So yeah, Dazzle's really good early, especially with the 2-star Bat Rider, or even a Shadow Shaman 2-star. If you get Dazzle and then one other unit, that gives you one other troll unit, that gives you a lot of early game DPS that you're kind of lacking. And you want the trolls to just tank, as a standard like attack defense style comp. It's really simple. It works really well though. So yeah, you find the early Dazzle if you can. Saves you a lot of health if you're loose streaking. The goal of the early to mid game is just to get to 50 gold and find what you can. And with this type of build, it's just really easy to just force it. Like, all you need is the 3 warriors. Ideally, you get Tusk. You're gonna find Lycan eventually, and then yeah, you just throw in like a Venomancer and some trolls, or even any other damage that you find, like a Drow 2. Throw in a Abaddon for like a few rounds. Sell it later for like a better warrior, or just throw in like a Bounty Hunter too. Like anything to ensure that you have good defense in terms of your HP. You just want to protect your HP, because you're going to be greedy pretty much. You're going to be greedy. You just want economy. So yeah. So far I've got Witch Doctor, Bat Rider, Veno. And 3 warriors. That's pretty much the ideal for this level 6 part of the game. I even beat this guy who has Troll Warlord already. I don't know. Mars is really good. That's it. I do find the Troll Warlord, so I'm just like, hell yeah, like, let's get 4 trolls on mine. But now I'm 8 out of 6. I decided to take out the tier 1 Venomancer. And I do unfortunately have to take out a warrior here. But it's fine. Mars is still really tanky. And we still have 3 warriors. We lose beast buff, but it's only round 13 and we have 4 trolls, and it's really good. I did, well, when I was reviewing this build, I was like, maybe Axe would have been better than Mars because Axe would have actually utilized the troll buff. But Mars is just so good and tanky that the amount of time that he lives really benefits everything else to do the damage that it needs to. So I was just like, whatever. I sold Axe for money. So I'm at 30 gold, and typically around like 13 to 15, depending on how low you roll or how high you roll. Depending on how low or how high you roll, you're gonna be 50 gold around this time. So right now, yeah, I definitely want to hit that 40 gold. I'm at 39 right now. Hopefully I win this, we'll see. If not, I'll probably sell like a Tusk one. Let's see what happens. Is this guy again? How do we do? We have 4 trolls. Yeah, I think we win this one. Witch Doctor's so good. Wonderful. So we get 40 gold. So next round we'll have round 50, which is what you want. And then of course we have round 15. Now round 15, if you're maybe forcing it too hard or you haven't hit the upgrades that you need to, you've just been a little unlucky, you might need to roll a little bit because you need the items. You need items. Luckily I have Mars. I already have 4 trolls, so I'm not really worried. But I could see this going poorly, so I just kind of position in however I think is best. I don't know what this positioning is. I kind of thought like, okay, I just want to make sure Mars doesn't get backstabbed, or because sometimes like he'll just move into like a middle area and then he'll just get surrounded completely and then he'll just get bodied. But right here, he's tanking a good amount. The Shadow Shaman actually chickens the Alpha Wolf, which is really nice. He's getting CC'd, everything is great. We killed the wolves, and let's see what items we get. This is really important. Remember, we want the items to, if it's mana items, you want it on Venomancer. In this order. Venomancer, then Witch Doctor, then probably Dazzle. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Just those 3 are your main mana users in this build. So anything, I just get a cloak, which is really annoying. But the cloak is actually really good because you can put it on one of your squishy units, and if you're facing a mage player, it makes a huge difference. And I actually just like, I don't even know what I was doing here. This was like the first mistake I made this game. Is I put my Troll Warlord in front for some reason, or because I didn't reposition from wolves, but no, yeah, I definitely lose this one. It was a little awkward. I didn't have my Mars tanking how I wanted to. So I'll move on with my notes here. Okay, so yeah, you're gonna be pretty weak unless you high rolled like a 2-star Venomancer or a Lycan. Around this stage of the game. Hopefully you got a Dazzle or like a few upgrades. That'll definitely help a lot to protect your HP a bit. It's okay if you're not like perfectly loose streaking or win streaking because you just want to build an economy no matter what. And so here I I get to 17, I still have extra gold to spend, but I don't end up really spending much because I'm not really close to anything. I have the 2 stars that I want for now, and I just want to save to 18 because I'm in a position where, like, I'm pretty strong. I have Beast Buff online now, and I can just kind of push to 8 without really, like, much contestants. So yeah, if you're not perfectly loose streaking, it's okay. And then by 7, you still won't be super strong, but you might start winning, like in this case. Especially if you hit some upgrades, like 4 trolls, 3 warrior. That's really what we're looking for at level 7. 3 or 4 beast if you high roll like Lone Druid and it's working for you. 4 beast and then some extra stuff in there. What a roll. Beautiful. There's the Lycan, there's the Lone Druid, and I'm content. I'm going to be a little greedy and just sit on 52 gold. This is like a low bishop lobby that I'm like playing in, so I'm not really like worried. But even if it wasn't, and I had like, let's say I had 60 gold right here, wait, I'm sorry, 60 HP, and this was like a rook lobby. Honestly, I still wouldn't really be that scared at this point, just because, going on to the next video, I wouldn't really be that scared at this point. I do disconnect here, but then I end up winning this round anyway. And then I come back to that roll, which is really nice. So after the DC, I come back, find these amazing upgrades that I just yoink, and I have a bunch of gold to spend. So I roll a little bit, and yeah, so now we're still at 7. We're about to go to 21 because it's around 20. And luckily I have Troll Warlord 2 at this point, so yeah, even if I was like 60 HP, 50 HP, I mean, if you have Troll Warlord 2 at this point, like, no matter what, if you're in Queen, like, you're still in a really good position. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, you're gonna be strong right now. 4 trolls at this point. You got 3 warriors. Or no, I don't have 3 warriors online yet, but I'm about to. I think. What do I do? I level. I get the nastiest Venomancer pack. So then I just put in Lone Druid. I should have put in Lycan probably. Or no, I have warriors already. So I guess the Lone Druid is just to get that bear out. But anyway, we hit 8. We're at 34 gold. I would say at this point, like, at level 21, you get level 8, you finish up some upgrades. Try not to go below 30 gold at this point. Just because you just want to maintain a good economy. And yeah, you're already strong. Or in this case I am. But most people would probably have like a Lycan 2 at this point. They'd probably have at least like 4 trolls. Even without the Troll Warlord, you could at this point have Dazzle in. And if you're still not winning, you'll still have the trolls online, you'll still have warriors, and you'll still have economy. Because with the Dazzle, you're still pretty safe, even if I was lower HP. You still want to be greedy, you still want to like stay above 30 gold. Right now I'm spending a little extra just because I'm ahead and I want to like just kind of find those upgrades that I want. So yeah, at level 8, throw in LD2 or Alchemist. We do end up finding the LD2, which is really nice. But if you found an Alchemist 2 at this point, I would throw that in over an LD1, just because you get Warlocks online at that point. And Alchemist is really good. So there you go. So I end up selling the Mars for the 6 Beast. I'm thinking I'll probably just IO the Lycan because I just want it online right now. And so now I have my 4 Troll, 4 Beast online. So now you can kind of just get a feel for like what this comp can do. I put the Lycan too far back here. I was about to move it forward so it can take some hits before. And then we reach the Zimage man. And Lycan just... oh, Blundruid actually does get hit by the Razor and produces the bear. And yeah, we get everything off. Nice, nice, nice. Beautiful. So that, as you can see, the Dazzle helps. The Troll buff, of course, helps the Beasts get off. The Venomancer wards are huge. Yeah, everything just kind of works really well in this build. I don't know. It just works. You gotta try it. It's really good. Okay, so blah blah blah. So once you stabilize, and you're kind of at this point where even if you have Troll Warlord 1, it might be worth it to just push 9 if you're this close to getting like an Alk 2, because that'll getting level 9 and throwing that in will not only give you an extra unit, and a good one at that. Alk is like amazing. It'll also give you Warlock, which will help keep all your units alive, and it'll help keep your Troll Warlord healthy. And yeah, it'll just give you that extra little bit of survivability, especially with the 5% HP. It's really nice. And then, yeah, if you have the dough, just go ahead and push 9. Here, I'm not doing that though. I'm just kind of chilling. I got gold. There's no reason to like all in right now. Everybody pretty much has gold except for like 3 players, so. And I'm strong, so I'm good. I positioned in this way because there was a lot of like people up here that were like sniping my stuff, and I didn't want that to happen. I want their stuff to come out so that my Lycan wolves can jump behind them. And Venomancer, actually, you want to position Venomancer in the back too, because the further back your wards stay, the safer they are and the more damage they'll continue to put out. Yeah, definitely remember to position in this way. Your Venomancer will create the wards. As your team moves forward, it'll just be harder for your opponent to kill them. And then, yeah, so pretty much we just chill. We got 56 gold. We're gonna naturally go up to 9. And then put in Alchemist 2. And this build will just be so good. We still haven't found Dazzle, actually. It's just insane. There's the Alk. And I decided to push 9 and put in Alchemist, but I was too slow. Oh no. And even 8 out of 9, I kill this. I don't know what this guy's doing. He's got a Doom 1, some really bad warriors. He's trying to go mage, but I don't know how he got to this point with that terrible build. Sorry, new, but you're done. There's the Dazzle. I think I instantly sell the Batrider here. Got a Void Stone. Sell the Batrider. Sell the Batrider. I'm still thinking about my rolls. So if all goes well and this build starts to win, you pretty much destroy people. I mean, you pop people for like 20 damage at a time if everything goes right and your build just does well. Let's see how... Why does he have a witch? Oh, he has... Oh my god. I hate this guy. His build is really bad. It doesn't really showcase how good this build is. Takamori was actually going like 6 mages. We beat him though. We're pretty much waiting to fight the first place guy. I'm not sure what he was going. We'll see though, we'll see. So if everything goes well, now is like the end game, where if you have all your upgrades, you're comfortable going to 10, you can put in Disruptor. And Disruptor, oh, there's Lunger at 3. Yeah, you definitely want to go for a Lunger at 3. And you can pretty much sell everything here. I got 2 seconds. Boom. Shouldn't have sold the Enchantress, but it's fine. I got Lunger at 3. I'm good. I'm happy. And he got hexed. That's annoying. So this guy's also a troll, but we got our Lycanroc. We got so many beasts. I mean, destroy that guy. And now I'm on top. Looks like the first place guy was Assassins. We'll see how we play against that guy. And as the build wraps up, yeah, we got Tusk 3, we got Lunger at 3. Ideally, you'd go for Witch Doctor 3 if you were like first place the whole game. And yeah, it only gets better with Shadow Shaman. It counters dragons really hard because you insta-hex the DK2. Or the Necro too, but no, it'll probably pick the DK2 most of the time. And then on top of that, we do pretty well against anybody that runs Coddle, or like a Terrorblade 3, I guess. I don't know, anything that's like one single hard carry, you insta-hex it. Yeah, we just run this guy over. That guy's almost dead, 19 damage. Yeah, so this build's really good. That's all I can tell you. I'm going to be playing it in higher elo for sure. Not in my Smurf. I was just kind of testing it in this build. But I played this game. I mean, this wasn't the only Beast Troll game I went when I was playing today. This was the first one that I went. And then I kind of forced it like for like 5 or 6 more games, and I got up to Bishop 8. Which still doesn't say much. I mean, Bishop's not like... I mean, in Bishop you're still kind of learning. You're still kind of like... kind of just forcing what you think is best. Yeah, and this build just does really well. And I think the main reason why it does so well is because it's so cheap, it's so easy to get, it's not contested, and it only relies on a few 4-star units. If you get the Troll Warlord 2, I mean, you're collecting trolls the whole game. Like, you're collecting these cheap units, and they work so well together. They have such good utility. The Dazzle is just really good. The upgrades are magnificent. The synergy is amazing. The items just flow together really well. You put the mana items on the mana users and the summoners. You put the attack damage on the Troll Warlord. You put the defense on the Tusk, or the Lone Druid, or the Lycan, or the Alchemist. You can even utilize Blink Dagger, for Christ's sake. Like, come on. You can utilize everything you get. Even without items, I've played a few games where I low-rolled items, and this build still does good. Look at, you even can fight the mage guy. 6 mages still you barely beat 6 mages, but it can happen. It can happen. Unless, you know, they get like Zeus 2 and like Disruptor, and like they cut you off before you cut them off. it can be pretty bad. You can get nuked pretty hard, which is probably the biggest weakness of this build. But once you get Disruptor and it doesn't get silenced by their humans, you pretty much win or get top 3, top 4. It's a really good build. I really encourage y'all to try this build. It's so damn good. I don't know what the hell this guy was going for. He had 2 gyros. Like a dingus. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Top 3. We end up going for the Disruptor. I leveled to 10. I put in my Disruptor. I insta-hex. What do I insta-hex? The Razor 3. Huge. That's a lot of damage cut off there. And so, as you can see, a lot of my stuff's dying. Except the wards, except the Panda, except the Lunger 3. And that's all you need to clean up. That's all you need to finish this game up. Just some Venomancer or Leias and some summons, and your build does the rest. There's the Disruptor 2. It got silenced there. I forgot. I didn't see exactly what got hexed, but it doesn't matter because we still just roll over everything. The Warlock and the just vast amount of HP we have just is enough to kill anybody that isn't super duper strong. And the great thing about getting hexed is you kill the Year Beast and the Dragon, no problem. And bada boom, that is it. So thank you so much for watching this video. That is all she wrote. I'll be streaming. Make sure to follow this YouTube channel, Momentum Art Gaming, and follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/MealeeMakes. Thank you so much.